In the heart of the agricultural heartlands, where cabbage fields stretched as far as the eye could see, farmers faced an insidious threat that lurked among their crops. Downy mildew, a dreaded disease caused by Peronospora parasitica, had crept its way into the fields, devastating cabbage crops and leaving farmers in despair. For years, they fought the disease using traditional methods, but the relentless downy mildew seemed to grow stronger with each passing season. Yield losses were mounting, and the economic strain was evident. Conventional breeding efforts to develop resistant cabbage varieties proved to be a slow and daunting task, unable to keep up with the pace of the disease. In a small town nestled amidst the cabbage fields, a group of scientists and researchers gathered to discuss this agricultural crisis. Among them was Dr. Emily Turner, a brilliant plant geneticist who had long been fascinated by the potential of genetic engineering to solve agricultural challenges. Together, they hatched a daring plan to develop genetically modified cabbage varieties with heightened resistance to downy mildew. Their journey began with painstaking research. They scoured the cabbage fields, studying the few naturally resistant plants that had managed to survive the disease's onslaught. Through rigorous experimentation, they identified the elusive resistance genes that lay hidden within these resilient cabbages. With the resistance genes in hand, Dr. Turner and her team carefully isolated and cloned them in their state-of-the-art laboratory. These precious genes held the key to a future where cabbage fields would flourish, free from the shackles of downy mildew. The next step was to introduce the cloned resistance genes into cabbage cells, a process known as genetic transformation. It was a delicate dance between science and nature, with every movement carrying the hopes of an entire agricultural community. Slowly, the GM cabbage plants took shape, each carrying the promise of a brighter future. As the sun rose over the horizon, the first genetically modified cabbage seedlings were carefully planted in a test field. Dr. Turner watched with bated breath as the tiny green leaves unfurled, standing tall against the lurking downy mildew. The field trials were underway, and everyone held their breath in anticipation. Weeks turned into months, and the GM cabbage varieties flourished under the watchful eyes of the researchers. The disease that had once plagued the fields now struggled to make its presence felt. The downy mildew wilted and retreated, no match for the newfound strength of the genetically modified cabbages. Excitement spread like wildfire as word of the successful field trials reached the farmers. They cautiously embraced this new technology, unsure of what it meant for their way of life, but eager to protect their livelihoods. Slowly but surely, they began to plant the genetically modified cabbage varieties across their fields. The results were astounding. The once devastating downy mildew now seemed like a distant memory. Cabbage crops thrived, and farmers rejoiced as their yields reached unprecedented heights. Economic stability returned, and the future of cabbage farming looked brighter than ever. The success of the downy mildew-resistant cabbage was not only a victory for the farmers, but also a testament to the power of science and innovation. Dr. Turner and her team had achieved what seemed impossible, harnessing the potential of genetic engineering to confront one of agriculture's greatest challenges. Their breakthrough sparked discussions and debates, but it also paved the way for more research into genetically modified crops. The story of the downy mildew-resistant cabbage spread far and wide, inspiring scientists worldwide to explore how they could apply genetic engineering to revolutionize agriculture. As the sun set over the now thriving cabbage fields, a new chapter had begun. With hope in their hearts and determination in their minds, the world of agriculture prepared to embrace a future where science and nature danced hand in hand, united in their quest for a bountiful harvest.